Hi there. In this video, we're going to run through a recommended approach to keep in the back of your mind with regards to beating Black Friday, Cyber Monday ad costs over this November-December period. So obviously this time of year is very competitive in terms of the advertising space for e-commerce brands due to a lot of advertisers and a lot of businesses pushing a lot of spend into meta ads specifically over this period. And this causes CPMs or ad costs to increase substantially. So just to pull up the screenshot here, how Meta bills advertisers. They bill advertisers a fixed value to serve their ad to 1,000 people. This value will change significantly depending on what creative you're running, what audience you are serving your ads to, etc. And this obviously CPM value is a factor of all the competition in your space and how competitive it is to serve an ad or serve your ad to a user in your audience. So just to put a bit of context, or just to give a bit of context there. Now, first thing to note here is that Meta has got increasingly good at scanning the creative that you're running, as well as the copy that you use in your ad, and determining whether that is a Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale ad or just a typical Evergreen ad. And I highly recommend looking at your past Black Friday, Cyber Monday performance to validate whether this scenario is the case or not. But majority of the time, because so many people are pushing that Black Friday, Cyber Monday messaging, the CPMs or ad costs are often up to double as expensive across Black Friday, Cyber Monday creative as it is to push evergreen creative. So product focused creative that doesn't mention a sale or a discount throughout that Black Friday, Cyber Monday period. So first thing I'd recommend doing is going into your ad account and comparing the CPM values over that Black Friday, Cyber Monday period between creative that used Black Friday, Cyber Monday messaging and creative that or ads that didn't use that Black Friday, Cyber Monday messaging. And this applies again to both the creative and the copy. And I'd almost guarantee you that the CPMs or ad costs would be a lot more expensive across Black Friday, Cyber Monday creative as it was in comparison to the Evergreen creative. So I just want to also put into context the type of user that would be interacting with a sale creative versus an evergreen piece of creative or an evergreen ad. And this kind of ties into my approach for kind of beating these ad costs. So generally a type of user interacting with a sale ad is going to be price or bargain hunting. The only reason why they're clicking on a sale ad is to see what kind of offer you have on the back end and what bargain they can snag during this period. If someone's clicking on an evergreen ad that is just product focused and doesn't mention a sale or a discount, they're clicking on that ad because they're genuinely interested in what your product offers them, the potential ROI that your product could give on their lives, etc. Now, if we have a very strong Black Friday, Cyber Monday offer on the website itself, so let's say 30% off, the likelihood of the sale ad user or the user who clicked on the sale ad in comparison to the user clicking on the evergreen ad to actually purchase your product, I'd say logically is higher on the evergreen ad because that user has come to your site purely based off an interest in your product. And when they see that unbelievably good offer, it's even more of a push for them to make that purchase now, where this user would kind of be expecting that discount. So the likelihood of them converting is, in my opinion, lower than this user here. Now, if we take those two scenarios into account and we also assume that ad costs, so CPM values, and that would therefore translate into cost per click values as well. In this scenario, by running an evergreen ad through the Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale period, you're essentially paying less to get a higher intent and higher chance of converting user onto your store than you are by running a Black Friday, Cyber Monday creative. Now, it's all good and well me, explaining this logic, but I tested this specifically for a brand last year during 2024 Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and it works incredibly well. And I'd recommend that you at least keep this in the back of your mind as a potential backup strategy if you do see that CPMs are blowing out heavily across your Black Friday, Cyber Monday creative. Now, I'm not recommending that you only run evergreen creative during this time period, but I would recommend that you consider pushing the majority of your spend through evergreen creative and then pushing a smaller percentage of spend through this sale creative to obviously ensure that this audience even if they don't click over to your website initially, are still made aware that there is an offer available, but we're obviously not pushing most of our spend through this style of creative. Now, one quick thing to note for the Black Friday Cyber Monday period as well is that generally speaking, customers have a limited budget and they want to plan their purchases for Black Friday Cyber Monday. So if you're going to follow this evergreen approach and spending on evergreen creative, I'd highly recommend that you front load your spend to towards early November, early December, so that you essentially are getting in front of those customers before they have made that purchase or before they have decided on exactly what they're going to buy during that Black Friday sale period or Christmas sale period. So kind of trying to target them when they're in that planning stage of where they want to spend their budget. So that's everything I had for this video. Hopefully this was of value. If you have any feedback, leave that in the comments below, and thanks again for your time.